This is Algebra 1, Lesson 22A, Review of Numerical and Algebraic Expressions. We've been talking about expressions for a while, and we discussed numerical examples and algebraic examples over the last several videos, and I've got some examples listed here. These are all expressions, and on the left side you see numerical examples. None of these examples have a variable in them. And on the right side, you're going to see algebraic examples. But notice here that 6 is included as an algebraic example. So if you remember from a previous video, we used this nested Venn diagram to talk about you have numerical expressions as a subset of algebraic expressions. So all numerical expressions are also algebraic, but not all algebraic expressions are numerical. So let's go back and look up at the examples up here. You can see how this is also a numerical example of a numerical expression, and these are not numerical expressions. They're algebraic expressions because they have variables in them. So the beginning of this lesson is just to remind you of that, and then it's also to remind you of a term, and that's value. All of these expressions have a value. Some of them are easier to see than others. This expression's value is 4. This expression has a value of 9. We can add these two and get 5, then multiply it by 4 and see that that expression has a value of 20. And then this expression, we can add these two and get 12, multiply it by 7 and get 84, and then divide that by 7 and we'll go back to 12. So all of these have a value. Now the ones on the right, the algebraic expressions, they all have a value as well. This one has a value of 6. That's pretty easy to see. This one, we don't know its value though, unless we know a value for x. So its value would depend on the value for x. And in the book, it says if we assign x the value of 3. So if we said for when x is equal to 3, then we could say, yes, this does have a value. It would have a value of 7. And this, if we use that x is equal to 3, we would say 3 squared, which is 9, minus the 6, which is 3, and it would have a value of 3. And then here, we could put the 3 in here. 3 plus the 4 would give me 7, and then also put a 3 here. That 7 times that 3 would be 21. So each of these expressions have a value, but only if we have a value to go in for these variables. Okay, so that's what this section in the book is about, just reminding you of these terms, and then we're going to build on that in the next video.